isn't life. Oh!
What we need is a Sega.
That's a games console.
Plug me in and things will really liven up. You can get loads of Sega games like Outrun, Double Dragon, Shinobi,
Ghostbusters! And the graphics, well,
and you can buy extra bits like these.
3D.
Oh, you look
Weird.
Okay, do us a favour. Plug me into a Sega.
Now whack on the patches and I'll get back to sleep.
Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Retrogaming Langs here for another video. Today's video is very special. I know I say that about all my videos. But today marks 40 years of the Sega Master System.
This Christmas you can buy another toy, or you can buy this. The Sega Master System of Entertainment, with super sensitive control pads and a pinpoint accurate light phaser that even registers misses. The unique Sega card with 256K memory and even more. Our mega cartridge with an unbelievable 4 times more power than most cartridges. It's a future of excitement. The Sega Master System of Interactive Video Entertainment.
So what I thought I'd do is I would just celebrate 40 years of the Sega Master System. For me, I can't fathom or believe that it's 40 years that we've had the Sega Master System in our lives. And it was only through watching Ollie 8-Bit Boy's video the other day that it jotted the memory that, oh my god, So, a few facts. The Sega Mark III was originally released in Japan on the 20th of October 1985. We didn't get it in Europe until 1987. There was 13 million units sold worldwide throughout its lifespan. I want to say that it ended in Europe in around 96, so it had quite a long lifespan really. And the Master System unit was around £100 when launched, which is probably the equivalent of about 380 quid in today's money. So it wasn't cheap. And I never had one. I've said in my videos before that I never had a Master System growing up. As a kid, I had the portable Master System, the Sega Game Gear. So people are thinking, well, why are you celebrating it? But there's a lot that I am grateful for the Sega Master System, because when I went to secondary school, my best mate had one. And that year that I got my Game Gear, I got a Master System converter and played Master System converters on my Game Gear, which is a cracking idea from Sega's point of view, that you could literally play your Master System games on the go and you instantly had a library if you decided to go for the portable system. But it was the impact that, as an adult, I look back and think, I got excited. I remember going into shops, into independent gaming shops, locally where I lived, to pick up my Spectrum games and looking across at these Master System games, in awe of them really, and just looking at, if I pick one here, yeah, if we pick one here, I loved the clamshell idea of having the cartridge in there. I loved this sort of art decor, this sort of crisscrossy art design that they had, and the Sega logo. I loved the fact of how it was displayed and marketed. I personally think, well, personally where I lived, there was no really it was only Argos that really pushed Nintendo, and Boots at the time, that the Chemist were pushing electronics quite heavily in the mid-80s. But I love the fact that they put what it was: action, shooter, casino. Yeah, so it was beautiful. I was obsessed with, even though I didn't have a Sega at the time, I had a Spectrum. It drew me to it. I was like, what's all this about? So, so it's interesting, isn't it, from a marketing point of view, to, and I loved the little leaflets that came in. I don't know if this one hasn't got one, but the leaflets with the advertising stuff. But yeah, so what we do, I thought, as a homage to the Sega Master System, to doff my hat and wish it happy birthday, happy 40th birthday, that I would do a video of my top 10 Master System games of all time. This is obviously my opinion, so yeah, let's get into it. So in reverse order, we have Grand Prix. So the reason why I've picked this was my very first Master System game I played on my Game Gear back in Christmas of 1991. And this was a massive step up from stuff that I'd played on my Spectrum in terms of racing sims. This is interesting, isn't it? Because it's quite basic. It's sort of, you know, you've got the idea of the checkered flag. I don't know if you can see that on camera there. But it was a great game. You know, it's not as good as Outrun, but I loved the fact that it was the music and when you sort of won a race and played a lot of time into it. So there's a lot of nostalgia around that. That is why this isn't at number 10. And this is my original copy from 1991. So I've had this a heck of a long time and I can't part with it. It's not worth a lot. You can pick this up for probably under a tenner. And yeah, it was the very first game that I plugged into my Sega Game Gear all the way back on the landing room wall on the landing room wall by the plug socket, because the Game Gears, we were notorious for bad battery life, and we didn't have any batteries, I don't think, in the house Christmas Day. So luckily I had a power cable, and me and my sister were in awe of this thing that loaded up instantly. In at number 9 is Enduro Racer, Sega's answer to Excite Bike. And I loved the way they did this. I love this game. And actually I introduced this to my 2 daughters, who also loved it back in the day when they were small children. Now they love Minecraft and Roblox, so I've done obviously something wrong as a father. But no, joking aside, they played this a lot. They loved this. So, you know, this was definitely definitely got a lot of memories of me, you know, sort of pushing this onto my children and saying, play this, this is a great game. So that is why that is in at number 9. And I think it's a great game. Like I say, it's Sega's answer to Excite Bike. In at number 8, we've got My Hero. My Hero, I put a lot of time into this. It's a frustrating game. I love the music. I've actually played the arcade version. I'm sure I've played the arcade version of this. Yeah, brilliant game. And again, this was another game I got of Christmas '91. I probably said this, so if you haven't checked out my Master Systems collection, it has grown since I made that video, but go and check that video out. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, this is a great game, so that's why that's in at number 8. In at number 7, we have the fantastic The Ninja. What a game. Do you know what? I've never completed this. I will tell a lie, I've got to the castle, but I've never collected everything. I was talking to Ninja Bearhug about this a while back in the comments section. It's a fantastic game. I loved the art style, the music. Just play it for the music. It's fantastic. But yeah, it's a cracking game. One that I think is a bit of a, you know, underdog, really doesn't get talked about a lot. I was going to say hidden gem, not going to say that, because it's definitely an underdog, and a lot more people need to know about this game. It's a fantastic game. In at number 6, we had to have it in there, and I probably would have had it lower down if there wasn't for these games that are next in the line, but I had to have this because I think this is an absolute beautiful port of the game. So you must know what this is, and that is R-Type. I don't know how they managed to cram this arcade port onto the Master System. They've done a fantastic job. I love the SNES version. I love the original arcade version, but this is great. The only thing I would say is that I emulated this for years, this version of the game. And when you actually play it in PAL 50 Hz, it's quite slow. So I'm toying with the idea of getting a Jap Mega Drive so I can have it in 60 Hz. I need to do something where I can play it in 60 Hz, because I've been so used to playing it in 60 Hz. You play it in 50, it actually seems fairly slow. Next up, we have got Sega's answer to Castlevania, Master of Darkness. It's a fantastic game. I love this to bits. It's a great game. I actually found about Castlevania first, played this, and I think they've done a great job in trying to play catch up with Nintendo, or Konami, I should say, really. But yeah, brilliant game from Sega. Yeah, what can I say about it? And that is why it's in my top 10. It's a brilliant game. There is the Game Gear version, which is Vampire Master of Darkness. It's effectively the same game. But yeah, great game. Right, top 4. So in at number 4 is Sega's answer to Zelda. Golden Axe Warrior, a fantastic game. It is Sega's answer to Zelda. There's a couple of these sort of Zelda type games, and I'm a big Zelda. If you've not watched the channel, by the way, I'm Chris. I'm a Zelda geek. I love Zelda. Always have done since I was a kid, a teenager, I should say. So yeah, brilliant game, and that's why it's in at number 4. Love playing this. Really good art style. Yeah, it's sort of like a spin-off from Golden Axe. But yeah, I mean, just look at that artwork. Isn't that beautiful? You know, why don't we get games like that today? Right, so that's number 4, and then we're left with the top 3. So in at number 3, I had to have it. I nearly thought about putting it in as number 1 because of what it means to me. But there are 2 other games that just pipped it to the post. And that is Alex the Kid in Miracle World. That soundtrack lives rent-free in my head. You know, it's fantastic. I love the remake that came out on PS5 and Switch, but this is ultimately, you know, this is where it's at. You know, it is. You know, it was Sega's mascot before Sonic came along. Excuse me, go. But I had to have it in my top 10. It's a game I played a lot. A game I was obsessed with around my mate's house. We played this quite a bit. It was a building game for the Master System Mark II. Sorry, you know, the Series 2 version of the Model 2 of the Master System, and it's a great game. So yeah, that's why it's in at number 3. And it still plays really well today. Really enjoy it. In at number 2 is Wonder Boy. I was obsessed with Wonder Boy. I loved Wonder Boy. We did the Wonder Boy challenge. I did the Wonder Boy challenge, but there was one that Razza did the Wonder Boy challenge back in the summer, and had to do it because it's Wonder Boy. I love Wonder Boy. And I was obsessed with it in the 80s. And I don't know why. I don't know, you know, it was just that, like, someone sprinkled catnip on it. It's just beautiful. And I was, like I say, originally played it on the Game Gear, had to have it on the Master System so I could put it on the big TV. But yeah, the original Wonder Boy game is beautiful. Love it. So that is my number 2. And drum roll, in at number 1. Yeah. It just, I look at this case and think it's my childhood right there. So Ash, if you're watching, thank you for this. We were talking about this last night, weren't we? And it's Galvelius, Valley of Doom. This is Sega's answer to Zelda 1 and 2, and I think they did a better job. That's my humble opinion. You may disagree. You know, for those Sega fans, I'm a massive Sega fan.
Do me a favour, plug me into a Sega.
To be this good, take Sega.
Do me a favour, plug me into a Sega. I think that the art style, the graphics, the way in which they combine the 2 games, where you had the side-scrolling, etc. I think this has to be in at my number 1. And the reason being, it's just, it holds so much nostalgia for me. I remember seeing it in shops, and then when I went to secondary school, Ash had a Master System, my mate at school, and we used to go around and he'd play this, and that startup logo, I can still hear the music now in my head again, rent-free. I love that sort of, that art style, sort of like a anime art style, really. And I have to say that I never completed the game until, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. I sat down one day and just thought, do you know what, I'm going to go back to this. I wish I'd filmed it, really. and played it, and it's a fantastic epic game that I've got so much nostalgia for. I love it. I love the art style. I love the way at which it plays, and I love that sort of box art. I know a lot of people will disagree and say that there are better get up. For me, it doesn't matter. It's what matters to me. And yes, nostalgia has driven this a lot, but it had to be my number one. So happy birthday, Sega's Master System. Thanks for all the memories. You've been amazing for the last 40 years. May it long continue. It's been an absolute journey to play Master System games over the last, well, probably good 35 years or so. And yeah, it's just been, you know, brilliant, really. But yeah, it's just been a great, you know, time playing Master System games. And yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been beautiful. So yeah, there's my sort of doff of the hat to the Sega Master System. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you just put a smile on your face of some of those games that probably bring back memories for everybody. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Look after yourselves.
Sega, it was brilliant. If only dreams came true. Go on, do us a favor, plug me into a Sega.
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System.
Hang on.
With more accurate control, more detailed graphics, more levels of play.
Awesome.
The Sega Master System comes with power-based 2 control pads, light phaser, and 2 great video games, Hang On and Safari Hunt.
Gotcha.
And with other games like Rambo, Outrun, and Choplifter, the excitement never stops. The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
System Mark III. Yeah. Oh.